What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday, and I'm so excited to finally be talking to you about Paul Simon. I can't believe I haven't done a Top 5 on him yet, but I'm doing my Top 5 today, and man, this was really hard to whittle down because just one of the greatest songwriters of all time, and in honor of his new album, Seven Psalms, which is dropping tonight, I figured what better time to talk about him. And, you know, I don't think anyone's going to have a similar Top 5 because, you know, he has such a huge body of work. It's all over the place, and I think that just really goes to show what an amazing artist he is, that, you know, everyone's going to have their own personal favorites, and a lot of them tend to be gems. You know, some are hits, but let's get right into it. Here's my number 5. Rewrite, off of the album So Beautiful or So What, a more recent record from Paul, at least in this millennium, and one that I think is a really strong album overall, and this song really stands out on it, especially the guitar work. I mean, just that acoustic guitar riff that repeats. A lot of people, you know, definitely say that Simon's one of the greatest singer-songwriters of all time, but give the man his due on guitar as well. I mean, his work on here is just impeccable, especially when you get to the bridge, and then he's like really just shredding that acoustic, man. Just incredible. And of course, no slouch here lyrically as well. I really love too just how playful it is, especially on the chorus when he's saying, "Help me, help me, help me." Ooh, thank you. His sense of humor, you know, is still intact. He's always had a great one through the years, and yeah, just such a great song. And that's just my number 5. So now at number 4.
It's outrageous to line your pockets off the misery of the poor.
Outrageous, another newer song from the album Surprise, which was just a great surprise, a kind of comeback record for him, if you will, that had multiple songs that I thought about putting on this list. How Can You Live in the Northeast is another great opening track on this record. But this song, again, kind of with that playful energy. I love the upbeat guitar playing on this one, kind of more of a rocker. But then when he gets to that chorus, where he says, "Who's gonna love you when your looks are gone?" It's such a poignant line, but he sings it also with a little bit of that kind of silliness that we love from Paul Simon. But it really kind of hits hard the more you hear that song. And then when he says, "God will," like he waters the flowers on your windowsill. Oh man, it's just, and then "Take Me, I am an ordinary player in the key of C." I just love this song. I should have put it higher, but hey, there's more greatness to come. So now at number 3. You Can Call Me Al from Graceland, the just amazing Grammy Award-winning album from 1986. You know, you gotta love this song, and there's so many great tunes off of this record, but you know, I had to have this one just because of how it became a part of you know, pop culture really at the time. Actually, I just heard it blaring at a supermarket the other day, so it still is kind of just everywhere in the air. And who can forget the great music video with Paul sitting there and Chevy Chase singing all the lyrics? Just an absolute classic. And the lyrics are just absurd in places where, you know, he's talking about this roly-poly little bat-faced girl or whatever. And just the chorus itself, which comes from a true story of some friends that he met, where he said, you know, "If you can call me Betty, you can call me Al." Just absolute classic Paul Simon at his best. And yeah, the instrumentation, as 80s as it is, it still holds up in my book. And that's just my number 3. So now at number 2. Me and Julio, Down by the Schoolyard, off of his debut album, coming off the heels of the great Simon and Garfunkel duo. This is just another one of those, you know, just fun, upbeat acoustic songs, kind of in the vein of Cecilia, but kind of just showing where Paul was going to be going with lyrically getting just a little more fun and playful once again. And, it's one of these songs that's kind of almost played to death. It's been used in so many films or film trailers, but I never get tired of it. Every time I hear it, puts a smile on my face. I don't know what he's even talking about when he, with the falsetto, with the "Goodbye, Rosie, the King of Corona." It's like, who cares what he's talking about? It's just so fun to sing along to. And that guitar that must be capoed up pretty far up the neck sounds so great. And gotta have some 70s Paul on here as well. I wish I could have had more. Probably some of you are going to crucify me for this list because there's such a lack of his older stuff, but once again, Paul continues to be great throughout his whole career. So I needed a well-rounded list, but now my personal favorite at number 1. Under African Skies, again from Graceland. Had to do it. It's just, this song, I think if I had to pick one track that just perfectly encapsulates everything great about Paul Simon, it is this song. Again, just such a cool guitar riff on this thing. It feels simplistic, but it's really not. It's more sophisticated than it lets on musically, just all around. The harmonies on this gives you a little bit of that, Simon and Garfunkel feel that we all sometimes yearn for, of the classic best. And then also just getting that storytelling vibe of this guy, Joe, and even throwing shout out to Tucson, Arizona, where my grandmother resides. Just so many things about this song are beautiful, and just you can picture it. He's out there under African skies, which I hear you see many stars when you're out there, and it's such a glorious record overall. And what he did with world music, he and Peter Gabriel kind of simultaneously bringing the sounds of Africa to America and beyond, just a beautiful thing, and shows that Paul was not in any way slowing down creatively, continuing to push the envelope, and he still does, really. So yeah, what else can you say? One of the greatest artists of all time. So let me know in the comments below what your top 5 would be. If you're so bold, leave me a top 10, because so many great songs. I can't believe I almost had 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover and some more old classics, Kodachrome, and so many others come to mind, but those are my faves. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you, and as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.